Have you ever noticed that when you meet with a financial advisor, the conversation usually centers around one thing? How do you grow your money? You'll hear about investments, the stock market, maybe even Social Security. But let me ask you something. When was the last time someone sat down with you and had a serious conversation about reducing your taxes in retirement? Not next year. I'm talking about over the rest of your lifetime. Because for many retirees, taxes could end up being one of their largest expenses. Yet, it's one of the least discussed parts of retirement planning. Today, I want to explain why. Now, before I go any further, I want to be clear. There are a lot of great financial advisors out there. Many of them do an excellent job helping people invest for retirement. But the truth is, many retirees never have a detailed conversation about retirement taxes. Why? Well, there are several reasons. Some advisors work for firms where compliance departments are very careful about tax-related discussions. Others focus primarily on investment management because that's the service they provide. Neither of those things necessarily means they are doing anything wrong, but it does mean many people retire without ever asking a very important question. How much of my retirement could eventually go to taxes? You know, when we're working, most of us spend decades asking one question: how do I save more? How do I grow my investments? How do I build the largest retirement account possible? Those are all great questions, but retirement changes the conversation. Now, the question isn't how much have I accumulated? The question becomes, how much do I actually get to keep? There's a big difference. Growing wealth is important. Keeping more of it may just be as important. Imagine spending 30 or 40 years building your retirement only to discover you never had a plan for one of the biggest future expenses. That's taxes. Now, I'm not talking about avoiding taxes. Everyone has to pay taxes. What I'm talking about is understanding your options, because there are strategies that may help certain retirees manage taxes more efficiently over time. The key word there is may. Every person's situation is different. But if nobody ever evaluates those opportunities, you will never know whether they could have benefited you. That's why I believe retirement tax planning deserves a seat at the table right alongside investment planning, not instead of it, alongside of it. Over the next several videos, we're going to break down retirement taxes one step at a time. No confusion, financial jargon, no complicated formulas, just straightforward conversations about topics every retiree should understand. We'll talk about questions like, do you really own all the money in your IRA? Why do so many people believe taxes could be higher in the future? What exactly is a Roth conversion? And how do you know whether one even makes sense for your situation? These are important conversations, and my goal is to help you better understand your options. If you found today's video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to our channel. Every week, we create educational content designed to help you make more informed retirement decisions. And if you click that notification bell, you'll know every time we release a new video. In our next episode, I'm going to ask you one simple question. Do you believe taxes are going to be higher 20 years from now than they are today? Because how you answer that question may completely change the way you think about retirement planning. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.